Have you ever truly reflected on the connections in your life? Those other than family who matter most? And at just how much had to fall into place in order for the two of you to meet? To come together, as it were? Do we connect simply because of the sheer number of us on the planet, or is each one unique and propagated by stronger forces? For me to be here in this moment, telling you this, took perhaps millions of different decisions and outcomes. Had I made just one differently, this moment would be something else entirely. You have done the same. Is it all just random chaos? A person is walking to work. Not something they normally do, but an offhand comment from a friend about their weight has got them making changes. They pass a deli, and the smells of bread and sausage remind them of their grandmother. The pies she would bake and place on the porch table to cool. This person decides to pick up a pie after work. A special pie from a special bakery. At work, they think about the pies Grandma would bake. How flaky and sweet the crusts always were. How she would use lard, not shortening, and cane sugar, not beet. Because of these thoughts, the person does not hear their phone ring, missing a call from a loved one saying they would be late for dinner. Later, while driving to the bakery, they encounter a road closure and are forced to take a detour. The streets poorly marked. The person gets turned around. Out of frustration, they try to make a U-turn. They bump hard into a parked car, setting off its alarm and denting the fender. They approach the home the car is in front of and knock. When the door opens, the smell of pies wafts out. The owner of the car is upset, but reasonable. They exchange numbers, and the person can't help but ask about the pies, mentioning the bakery they were trying to get to. They find out the bakery is burnt down and are invited in for a slice. After some coffee, blueberry pie, and warm conversation, they leave, returning the way they had come. At an intersection, they spot their partner passing by, the one who called, and confused as to why they would be driving in that direction. They follow. They end up on a quiet street, nicer houses. The partner parks and rushes eagerly into one, greeted at the door by a woman wearing little. They decide to wait. 3 hours pass before the partner emerges with a kiss. They get out of their car and surprise their partner on the steps. Turns out he has been sleeping with the baker from the shop that burnt down, they having met when he investigated the fire. Arson started by a competitor who had been struggling ever since the fancy bakery had opened. After many tears, anger, and embarrassed neighbors, they drive away, back to their home. No pie, no partner. The next day, they walk to work on the other side of the street, away from the deli, avoiding its smells. But they bump into an old high school crush, who happened to be walking for the first time, as their car was in the shop. They exchange numbers and meet a few days later for coffee. Both hurting, both recently with broken hearts. They end up at his house, sleeping together and feeling no shame. While she sleeps, he bakes her a pie with the fruit from his fridge, a lard crust, not shortening, cane sugar, not beet. He places it on the porch to cool, and it wafts into the bedroom window, waking her with a smile. Now, some might say all these connections is just life itself doing its thing, and not give it much thought after that. I believe that leaves you at a disadvantage, with a certain lack of wonder, when truly wonder is all around you, just begging to be seen.